What's going on, you guys? TBR here, back yet again with another King of Fighters All-Star video. In today's video, I am going to be bringing you guys one of the most hype showcase videos that I've ever done here on the channel, at least in my own personal opinion, because in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys my first impressions in the first 24 hours I've had to sit down and play with my Awakening Level 5 EX Akuma. In today's video, I am going to be running him through his paces in a plethora of different PVE modes and giving you guys kind of my knee-jerk reactions to this character thus far. And spoiler alert, yeah, he broken. Now, before we go ahead and get into the video proper, I do want to go ahead and take a moment to thank each and every single one of you. We have officially hit 4,000 plus subscribers, so as always, as per tradition here on the channel, I am going to be bringing you guys another giveaway. That giveaway announcement will be done this Saturday for the Saturday Chat and Chill. Reason being is I am going to be doing a 4,000 subscriber summoning special for the Street Fighter V Volume 1 banners. Yeah, I haven't gotten Ryu yet, I haven't gotten the cards there yet, so we are going to be going in on that banner this Saturday, so that is something for all of you to look forward to. So make sure if you want to get your hands on a Google Play or iOS gift card, you tune in to the Saturday Chat and Chill this week, and I will make sure to give you guys all the details on how you can win that. But before we go ahead and get into today's video, make sure if you guys haven't already done so, you smash that like button and subscribe. And without further ado, you already know what time it is. Cue that intro. Guys, so as per tradition here on the channel, when it comes to these showcase videos, I am going to be bringing you guys a ton of content on this character in the future, but there will be plenty of unedited clips in this video showcasing this character in a variety of modes. I will have timestamps available in the description, and the chapter functionality will be active. Now, with that being said, these videos are always going to be my first impressions of a character. I by no means have mastered this character yet, nor have I been able to fully build him to the specifications that I would find ideal. So keep that in mind going forward in this video, that there's only room for improvement from here, and these are only going to be my knee-jerk reactions to what I'm seeing from this character, leading up to the spotlight video on this character that you should see sometime next week, which will be my formal final thoughts. Now, with all that being said, let's go ahead and talk about Akuma. So we've talked a lot about power creep in this game for a very long time. It seems to be one of the #1 topics of contention when it comes to the King of Fighters All-Star community. And when it comes to Akuma, I hate to tell you guys, but we're gonna have to talk about it again. Not only that, this character isn't just power creep, he beats up power creep. This character is absolutely bonkers, and I'm going to show you guys several reasons as to why in this video. Now, when it comes to Akuma, there's a couple of different things that really set him apart right now and make him as ridiculous as he is, and I want to go ahead and point those things out. We don't really necessarily need to talk about his generic cores here, because honestly, these are all pretty much going to be some of the greatest hits of some of the best generic cores you're going to find. Be it that 30% power charge rate increase, he's increasing his crit damage rate, his critical rate, so on and so forth. So he is stacked to the gills, but when it comes to his exclusive cores, and then one specific effect that we're going to talk about on his skills, that's really what makes this character get up and go. Now, the first one I want to talk about here is this line here on Master of the Fist. He has a 20% chance to decrease the cooldown of Sekia Goshoa. I screwed that up, I betcha. By 100% for 3 seconds upon landing a skill, guard included, on a cooldown of 20 seconds. Now, if that seems familiar to you guys, it's probably because it should. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys here, but if we go ahead and find Dark Ash real quick, I will show you guys exactly what I mean. I can find my Dark Ash. I just saw him a few minutes ago. Where are you at, buddy? Where is he at? Dark Ash. I have too many characters. All right, so if we go to the cores, right? We go down to this guy. So, becomes immune to fear, but a 20% chance to decrease the cooldown of Ventos EX by 100% for 3 seconds upon landing a skill, guard included, on a cooldown of 20 seconds. Why does that sound familiar? Well, Well, it sounds familiar because, well, Akuma has pretty much the exact same core. So basically what this means is that Akuma does have one of the greatest aspects of Dark Ash on his kit, which is a huge deal. This was one of the more broken mechanics that they have introduced in a very long time, and therefore this character does have it on his S1, and he uses it to great effect. This is going to be not only an amazing way for him to do damage, but it is also going to help him keep spamming his finishers. And when it comes to his 3PG finisher, that thing is extremely long. So this is a character that is going to be able to stop the clock and throw off those finishers a ton. This is a big part of the reason why he is so strong right now, and this core overall is extremely busted on him. Now, it gets better, but I do want to go ahead and talk about this core real quick. He does deal burn damage equal to 5.5 times of the remaining burn damage on a cooldown of 1 second, so he does have burn explosion, so that is something to keep in mind. This does slightly, like not even worth mentioning, hamper his ability in things such as hard mode against Omega Rugal to shred shield, but honestly, you guys, it doesn't make a huge difference. When you're doing so much damage that you're doing as much damage as some characters do with the shield down while the shield is up, it doesn't matter. So that and his shield shred, while it isn't the greatest from what I've noticed, is not terrible either. And you guys are going to see that in this video. This character just does so much damage, it's almost irrelevant at this point. Now, he does also have another line here that's worth mentioning. He becomes immune to damage for 4 seconds when his HP is 30% or less on a cooldown of 10 seconds. So, worth noting. One thing that's also worth noting here is this character does not have any sort of PvE shield. He does have a PvP crit hit shield, but he does not have a PvE shield. Now, I know a lot of people have brought that up, and yes, he is an attack type, so yes, he is squishy, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, I said this in Discord yesterday, if you're going to complain about this character not having a PvE shield, you're not allowed to ever complain about power creep again, because if they had given this character a PvE shield, this character would be so absolutely ridiculously stupid broken that I don't even think it would make sense to play another character at this point in Guild Raid, because this character is already just that good. So he does not need a PvE shield. It is one of the only small things that he doesn't have to keep him somewhat grounded in reality, and even then this character is nowhere near the same reality as some of these other characters. Now, that is going to be the things I wanted to note about the cores. Again, the S1 being able to reset constantly is a huge deal. Very, very big for this character. Now, when it comes to the S1, this is going to be how you apply your Infernal Flame, which is important. So you're almost always going to be able to throw that fire at them. However, do again keep in mind he does have that 5.5 times explosion. And then he is also going to be able to increase his attack by 50% for 7 seconds with that S1 as well. So that is a big, big deal for this character having that core again. However, there is another thing I want to point out about this kit. If we go down to the S3, right, you guys are going to see that he activates something I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce when attacking targets that don't activate his skill. And this means he deals darkness damage equal to 550% of attack every 0.15 seconds for 1 second, and this is a grab skill. Why does this seem like it is familiar? That is because it is pretty much almost identical to what Blue Mary has, SS Blue Mary to be exact. It's a huge deal for his damage, and it is also going to make him extremely relevant in things such as expert difficulty against Omega Rugal. And you guys will see 6 billion damage solo against expert difficulty in this video. Yeah. And again, it's only going to get better with time once I'm able to properly build this character. Now, other things in here that are of note, he does have an effect on his finisher. It increases the target's damage received by 15% for 10 seconds upon landing a skill. Worth noting, but not that big of a deal. I only want to talk about this core finisher here for a moment because some people have been asking me if this is bugged. I haven't noticed it being bugged. It is a little bit long for a core finisher. It seems like it might be a little laggy. I don't know. It might just be the way that they animated it. If that's the case, it just buys him more time on the clock as a clock stopper. So really, that's all you need to know about that. So that is pretty much what I want to talk about as far as this kit right now. I am going to do a spotlight video where we'll kind of break everything down in full detail. But honestly, when it comes to the skills and the cores, those are really the main important things you need to keep in mind about this character right now. Now,
when it comes to other things that we need to talk about as it pertains to Akuma, let's go ahead and talk about the cores. I'm going to show you guys my build. Now, I am still playing around with this. Again, I am still 24 hours into playing with this character, so there's definitely going to be alterations made as I go. Right now, this is what I have in front of me. I haven't really decided what I want to do with the rest of this kit yet, but at the same time, I may end up changing this. I have plenty of change-up kits, well, not change-up kits, but EX core board resets, but in general, this is what I'm rocking on the video content you're going to see today. And if I decide to move anything around or reset this and change things around, which I very well might, I want to test out both of these, so that's probably going to happen. But right now, this is what I've been playing with, and this is what you guys are going to see in the footage today. Now, as far as the actual build, a lot of people ask me about build. Let's talk about stones. This is where my character is imperfect. Right now, my recommendation to you guys with this character, I can tell you right now, because I have tested him using this stone here for the Street Fighter characters, but then I switched over to this guy. This is the only Gold R stone for purple burn that I have. So I do not have the ability to go ahead and do these two here, or otherwise I would. Why? Because of that 5.5 times burn explosion, this character is definitely going to want burn R stones in my opinion. I think that that is the way to go. So if you have purple double attack burn R stones, go ahead, slap them on this character. These guys here, really, these Street Fighter stones are just placeholders until I can get some of those. Once I get some of those, you can darn well bet they're going to go on this character. But right now, this is what I'm rocking on him as far as the main 3 stone slots, only because I have to. Now, when it comes to the Star and the Moonstone, I don't really necessarily have perfect stones whatsoever for him for these, so again, I'm just using what I've got. I have an attack stone for burn here, obviously, and then this guy here is double attack. However, it is not going to be burn or darkness, so big sad. Now, for those of you wondering, some people are going to ask, should I do darkness, should I do burn? Do burn. You want to do burn because that is his main dot. So that would make the most sense, and that would be the one that I would try to go ahead and put on him, okay? Now, when it comes to the cards you're going to see in this video today, as you guys can see, this is the set that I have on now, and this is what I am going to be using in this video for every one of these clips. So, when it comes to what I have here, as you guys can see, I do have this set. Now, this set is the one that you can get from the current Rush Dungeon. We've talked about, when I did my tour video of this update, how good this card set is. You guys want to make sure that you pick as many of these up as humanly possible. This card set is incredible. If you guys want to see the transcend effects on these, I did actually end up getting some pretty decent ones for my guy here. So I increased my attack type fighter's crit rate by 2.5% with this one. This one here, I don't believe I have anything good. It just increases balance type fighter's critical damage, so it's not going to work for him. But for my balance type Street Fighter characters, it's good. And then this one here increases balance type fighter's chill damage by 10%. So that is what I've got on those. The only one really relevant to him is going to be the first one. Now, when it comes to his finisher here, he does have an effect on his finisher. He increases his attack by 10% and penetration by 400 for 10 seconds when using this. And for my transcend effect, I did get lucky. I increase attack type fighter's critical rate by 2.5%. So that is what I've got there. And then as far as this gem here, I don't really know. I've increased attack type fighter's darkness damage by 6.6%. Had that on there forever. I haven't re-rolled for any of these. See, I just rolled to max them out, and that's what I ended up choosing for my effects. So none of these have been chased whatsoever. On this guy, I actually got really lucky. On his actual option card, I got increased attack type fighter's burn damage by 10%. That is something I was really excited to see. As far as this option goes, I've been pretty happy with this option. Now, of course, if you take a look here, it's going to increase burn damage dealt by 60% for 5 seconds upon using an active skill on a cooldown of 13 seconds for Akuma. It's going to have that decrease to your skill cooldowns and an increase to your attack. And in general, like I said, my transcendental effect increases attack type fighter's burn damage by 10%. So this is a really good option card for him. Very, very recommended on my end for now. And if I decide that I want to take it off for something else, I'll let you guys know. But right now, I have tested a few cards here and there, and being the fact that this character cannot benefit from things such as SS cards or BS cards, this is a definite strong option for him. Now, speaking of options, I also am using the Gintama option.
Now, I do have the Transcendental effect on here I've had forever. Increases attack type fighter's critical damage by 7.5%. And as you guys can see, if you don't remember what the Gintama option does, it increases your critical rate by 1.7% and decreases your skill cooldowns by 1.9 seconds. That 1.9 second decrease to your cooldowns is important for this character, I feel like, for his rotation. If you guys want to go ahead and slap at least one option on him that does have that, I think that's very important. It has helped me when it comes to my overall play testing with him, and I have noticed a pretty big difference there. Now, that is pretty much the build that I will be using in this footage today. Like I said, if you guys want to skip to a specific part of the video in that footage, I will have timestamps available, therefore you will be able to use the chapter functionality, so that way you can kind of skip around to whatever you find most important. So, with that being said, there's a couple of things that should be noted. Again, when it comes to my stones, nowhere near perfect. This character has so much room to grow, so much room to grow. When you see these numbers and you realize that these numbers are not even close to the tip of the iceberg for this character for me, it's pretty darn crazy. Also, another thing to keep in mind is I do not have Ryu yet, so during the Saturday Chat and Chill this week, we're actually going to be doing the 4K subscriber summoning special. The big reason why that's important is because Ryu is going to probably be the best overall leader in the game for him. And right now, as you will see in this footage, I've been having to make do with what I've got, which at this point has pretty much just been BS Ignis. But once I'm able to get Ryu, things are only going to jump even more. And I'm very, very excited to see just what the ceiling is for this character, because I get the feeling it's going to be pretty darn crazy. So I think that pretty much covers everything as far as the build and the main points that I wanted to make about this character. Now, if you guys want to see my fame here, it is worth noting my fame. So there's my purple fame for my purple type characters. So when it comes to the footage you guys are about to see, a couple of notes real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get into it. When it comes to Guild Raid, and I guess I'll just jump in here and kind of show you guys what I'm talking about, and then we'll go ahead and just get out of here and let you guys enjoy it, because this is already going to be a long video because I have a lot of footage in here. Now, when it comes to hard mode, absolutely easy. His shield shred, not necessarily absolutely OP, but it gets the job done and doesn't matter, because when, again, you're doing so much damage, it doesn't matter if the shield is up or down. Yeah, that's just the way it's going to be. This character is absolutely incredible, and even then his shield shred isn't anything bad, especially on his finishers. Yeah, it's just one of those things where because of that explosion on hard mode, sometimes it's tough to keep that burn on there long enough to shred the shield as well as some of the other modes. Now, on expert, this is probably where he is the most dominant of all of these. He absolutely destroys expert, like destroys it. Again, I do 6 billion damage solo with him here. Ridiculous. Lunatic difficulty, some people have said, and it is true, that this character is a little bit squishy. However, I found that if you want to use Nostalgia Chun-Li as his striker, you do not need to use Luke for the Starlight. In fact, this character at high enough awakening doesn't even need to worry about having the proper dot here. In fact, in the clip that you guys are going to see in this video, I do not have Starlight anywhere on him, and he absolutely pummels this. And I just use Chun-Li to keep him healed. Because the Nostalgia Chun-Li does have a heal, it does help out quite a bit. Now, speaking of heals, he'll definitely need it in Inferno. This is where the damage starts to get pretty rough on him. However, he is still able to properly get through this without much of an issue as long as you play it well and you don't just get juggled and beat up and just take every hit that Rugal throws at you. Basically, you just got to play the game right? So, when it comes to Inferno, he is going to be absolutely ridiculous here and do a lot of damage. So, like I said, use the Nostalgia Chun-Li striker and you'll be in good shape with those heals. Now, I do have other things in here to point out. If I would go ahead and take a look at the Guild Boss Challenge, when it comes to the Wary Colossal, yeah, you're going to see a clip in here too of him going in and just the awakening spam, the damage he does here. Wow. Absolutely wow. I will just say that. I will let you guys see that for yourselves, but yeah, this character, stupid strong. So, there's going to be other things in here, but I don't feel like I really need to break it down, and this video is already going to be long enough. So, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys enjoy the footage. With all that being said, you guys, I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. And until tomorrow's video, you all take care. Good luck on your summons. Make sure you praise Rico before you do. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Continue. Game over.